The burger, the quintessential American sandwich. Not just quintessential, it is iconic. People think about them, they dream about them. They can't wait to get their hands wrapped around the next one. From old school twist on the classics, Houston's burger culture is strong. We're taking a look at it today on Eat Like a Local. So we're at Bodega, Washington Avenue, voted best burger in the city by the Culture Map Tastemakers. It's only been open for like maybe 7 months, but they're doing it right here. So let's go in, let's have a talk with the boss. Let's check out burger and a chopped cheese. That's important. Important info for you to know. Let's go.
Well, I'm a H-Town boy, you know, like I'm super H-Town. So yeah, it's New York culture and we use New York as a template and stuff, but I still got to keep it H-Town, you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Abbas Dahani is the owner who created the super cool, funky joint that's a blend of Houston and the bodegas in New York City. I first met Abbas, who's had his Instagram, Houston Eats. What Houston Eats really was impactful for was not showing off the vibe or the people, but really just the food and showing what chefs and cooks were doing in this city.
There were so many restaurants in Houston that I had, dined at that I was like, more people need to know about these places.
I'm kind of enamored with what you're doing and how you've done it.
When I got into this, I knew I wanted to do burgers and or chopped cheese. So I was like, all right, burgers and chopped cheese. The chopped cheese came from the bodegas in New York, so I was like, all right, it's natural. Burger bodega, you know? So you kind of get, it kind of tells the story of both things. I'm gonna put 2 balls and press it down. Onions and bell peppers, season it, put 3 slices of cheese, start chopping up some more, and then it should be ready.
3.
Yeah, it's cheesy, you know?
Aggressive, I like it. All right.
I had to obviously research what a chopped cheese was, and I had to do right by the chopped cheese. I'm not just gonna Google it and be like, all right, it's on my menu now. I have to go to New York. I have to immerse myself in the culture. I have to see where the chopped cheese came from. The first people who made the chopped cheese back in Harlem. So, tried it. I was like, man, this is amazing. I got to do this. You know what I'm saying?
This is the Royal Bakery bread.
Yep.
That's in Montrose that you buy.
Yep.
All right. Super light, crispy on the outside, beautiful texture on the inside. The smell, perfect. So you run this through a little bit of butter, toast it up.
Right there.
Come on, man. What are you doing to me? Literally, what are you doing to me?
Chef, you're eating today, man.
I'm not gonna argue this, right? You got the onions, the peppers, the seasoning, 3 pieces of cheese, 5 ounces of halal beef, lettuce. Does pickle go in here now?
No.
No pickle. No pickle on the chopped cheese, just the burger.
Yeah. I mean, unless they ask for it, it's always an option. We're using our Bodega sauce, which has mayo and ketchup in. So our own little twist on it,
But better.
And in the whole fast food thing, you want to keep all the ingredients kind of similar.
Yeah, of course.
So you don't
want to have 22 different things on site when you only need 10.
And we want to be efficient with it.
Yeah.
So what's more efficient than chopping up a cheeseburger and putting it into, obviously there's different seasonings and all that sort of stuff.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. Texturally perfect, right? Cheesy, lettuce, tomato, perfect sizing, right? Even with the burger earlier, this is something that you can easily eat and not fall asleep at your desk.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point of it, right? Like, it's a working man's food.
Because you got to get back to work.
Exactly, and that's kind of how it started in New York as well.
This, to me, actually, you can eat it easier than you can a burger in the car.
Yeah, handheld,
right?
man.
I love that. All right, that's perfect. Perfect. Your burger's not just a burger. You have a specific method, a specific style of beef, right? I wouldn't say style, but you're very specific on what you're doing, and it's a secret, which is great. Keep it that way. Keep it yours, right? But it's a certain fat percentage, a certain grind percentage. It's like everything down to like, you want it this way, this is how it's gonna go.
Just, for fun, like at home, I was always, experimenting with different recipes when it came to burgers, different grinds. I think I went through like 3 beef grinders, I got to know the butchers at the local halal meat shop. So
Here it comes again.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I want to do 25% this, 40% this, 18%.
You joke about that, but that's literally what it is. Like, oh, here comes this guy again, you know? Can you just please get the 80-20 off the rack? No, I can't. I need this, and that, you know what I'm saying?
All right, hold up. Let's go back to this real quick. We've been talking about 80-20, 75-15, 70-30. What are we talking about here? So when you're talking about a custom blend for burgers, you're talking about not just where the meat is coming from, say the chuck roll or the brisket or the eye of round or the rump roast. We're talking about percentages of fat, right? Fat creates flavor, creates juiciness, creates different types of textures and what that we're looking for. I prefer an 80-20. So let's take a look at these two things. This is what you're going to find at the grocery store, right? So 90-10 on this side. So you can see it's a little bit more red, right? That's 90% lean, 10% fat to it, right? And then you've got 80-20 here. So this is from the chuck. This is 20% fat, 80% lean. And you can definitely see how much whiter and how lighter in color that is. That is from fat content. Super flavorful, 20% fat, beefy, but not as umptuous, if you will, with the 90%. Okay? There you go, Beef 101. You do a smash burger, but what I see as smash burgers is I see people just like spreading it out on a plancha. Yeah. So it's got that super crisp, but that's all it is. And that's not what I get here.
We were very intentional with the type of beef we use, the cut we use, and of course halal as well, right? Because we're catering to everybody. We want our beef to shine as well. We don't want just crisp, we want to show off our beef while also serving what makes a smash burger great. If we're spending this much on beef and we're very intentional about beef, we want it to be shown when someone takes a bite, that first bite.
But what you're doing is you're leaving some thickness to it so that you still get the structure of the beef.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think it's about time for these things because, the double burger here is one of the best things. And I love that it has the smash, but not all the way to the edge.
It's all in the details. Boss is picking out the right cheese for this. He's picking out the buns perfectly. He's sourcing the beef with the proper amount of grind of fat to lean ratio, even down to making his own pickles.
And so these pickles are actually house-made. So we pickle these in-house.
Nice.
Right?
More dill or more sweet?
I try to find a little bit of a balance, right? So I don't want them to be too acidic. You know how I designed them to be a pickle that people who don't like pickles will eat. Using different buns, different cheeses, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I never thought that the knowledge that I'm gaining with my family business, the fast food thing, is gonna help me build my passion up.
Growing up for you, were you in the kitchen a lot? Did you spend time with your family doing that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I grew up an only child for the first 10 years of my life, so I hung out with my mom a lot while she was making dinner. She was really into food, so I really started to understand, different dishes and flavors and all that sort of stuff. So from a very young age, yeah, I'd say food was a big part of my life.
Boss's love for food, and he's getting it right. It's paying off. Huge success over a short period of time.
It's like starting here, but then you just shot right to the top. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty impressive, and congratulations for that. Man, bring on the lines, right?
What to order? Get you a smash double burger. There's a triple on the menu. That thing scares me. I'm not sure about that. Get you the chopped cheese for sure. Delicious. Screwed fries? You're in Houston? Owe it to yourself. Then at the backside, get you a Vietnamese coffee milkshake. Hold up. I forgot to talk about that. The boss is sourcing his ice cream here locally. He's down to picking out exactly what he wants. Again, it's all about the details.
So we're gonna look at different styles of burgers here in Houston because it's always changing. We're a burger bodega, smash burgers, but if you want that old school style of burger, that stuff that you had when your grandparents made it out in the backyard, we're gonna head to the east side of downtown. Meet me over there, we'll talk about it then, all right?
All right, so we're at Chamburger over on the east side of downtown. 60 years they've been doing this. Super old school classic burgers. Reminds you of what your grandparents used to make for you. One of my favorites in this city, so let's check this out.
There's so many different styles of burgers in the city right now, or just anywhere, right? But I think specifically the city, you're starting to see this, again, resurgence of burger. But yours is what I think of historically growing up.
Well, I would consider it old school burger.
Yeah.
You know, that's sure. It's exactly what we do.
Talk to me about the history of this spot.
Well, Champ Burger was my great-grandparents' homestead before the turn of the century. And sometime between then and the early 60s, the house was torn down and Champ Burger was built on the corner.
So your great-grandparents lived
on this corner.
On this corner.
Their homestead.
I mean, that's history.
We've been in the neighborhood a long time.
I'd say so.
Brought my buddy Ryan here to check it out. He knows burgers. He has the butter burger over at Riel. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, we're checking out how they do it here at Champ.
It's not even 11. I mean, that line is just growing.
Champ is a neighborhood spot built for the community, run by the community. They've had their members of their team there for a long time. Everybody's always got their smiles going, happy to see everybody. People keep coming back over and over. That's what it's all about. Cooking for the community, being part of the community. The success of Champ Burger is all about the team. Chris is always here. His team is always here smiling. They just do it right. It's your crew. This is family. But look at this. That's a little deep fryer of bacon there. That's the best part. You want to know how you get the perfect bacon for a burger? You basically have a small fryer just for your bacon. After seeing the fryer, man, you have got to get the bacon. Bacon cheese is the jam. I mean, after you see the little bacon fryer, a hot apple turnover, where do you think that's fried at?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Talk to me about the burger. What is the order?
You know, a basic bacon cheeseburger, a cheeseburger. It's a 1/3 pound, 5 1/3 ounce ground chuck, prepared just right. Nice crust on each side of the patty. Fries are fresh. 5-inch bun, plain top, fresh lettuce, tomatoes, mayonnaise, mustard. Just real simple fare, but very good, prepared just right.
Let's get to it. It's time to order.
What's your move?
I'm gonna go with the Champ Bacon Cheeseburger. I think I might throw a chili cheese dog in the mix there too.
You should.
Just see what happens.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna throw a chicken fried steak sandwich on it. Because if it's the famous Texas-sized steak sandwich.
If anything's famous in the menu, I'm buying it.
Yes,
the world is a little famous. I'm getting it. I don't care what it is.
I can't tell you how excited I am right now. This is where you got to kind of get into like figuring out how you're going to attack this. So I saw something on the menu just looking at it. It's like the steak sandwich.
All right, now that is a beef cutlet that is battered and deep fried and put on a bun, brother. Yeah, that's another old school thing. Back in the 50s, that was hot. You know, a chicken fried steak sandwich.
So that's what it is. When I see steak sandwich, it's a chicken fried steak sandwich.
You know, it gets confused a lot of times with like a Philly or something like that, but it's chicken fried steak on a bun.
I've never had that, but here, we're gonna try that, I think, too. That's the chicken fried steak. That's the burger. Oh my God. Did they do yours that way too? Cheese on the bottom?
Yeah.
That is
unconventional.
very unconventional. But look, I mean, just that whole look right there.
There's your bacon.
Whew.
And a fryer.
I mean, soft bun. Everything's super crispy and nice. I'm really impressed by this.
It's good. It's honest.
Hot dog time, too, right? And I'm going to tell you that the chili dog container is like, it's like the built for speed and happy. You know, that's a good bun.
You know, I'm a hot dog guy too.
This is I'm all right with that. A little sloppy. I like that. Chili cheese, yeah, mustard, chili cheese.
Classic. Good.
All right, let's look at this thing. Because that is amazing. I can do that all day. But the famous steak sandwich, which in my head, when I read it, was like, maybe like a little strip steak, ribeye, whatever.
little sliced up and put
That
on there.
thing is a perfect round of crispy fried chicken fried steak,
Get at it.
toasted bun. I can see why that is world famous. You're servicing the neighborhood, which consists of just the people that live around here.
Blue collar workers, truck drivers, city employees, you know, first responders. It's what we do. We've been here a long time and made a lot of friends.
This place it's meant a lot to me. When I first had it, I was like, I don't know even what to say, because it took me right back to my childhood. I mean, immediately back. Because it was the freshest, it was the cleanest, it wasn't a lot of things, it was just like what my grandparents would cook on Saturdays or Sundays or on the weekends when we were sitting around as a family, and that was what it was to me. And I think that with you, you're showing your family history, because your grandfather started this? Your father?
Grandfather built
Your grandfather
the building,
built
and
it.
then my father took over soon after.
And you've been here working with it 30
About 30
years.
years, yeah, full-time 30 years.
No, like, real serious thoughts of expansion, no want to move out, like this, I think, because people always ask you that, right? Like, what's next? Where are you going? How many more of these are you going to do? But we had this conversation a while back, like, would this have the heart and soul in a new spot?
I don't think so. I don't think it would translate well. And the truth is, if we do this right, we don't necessarily need
Yeah.
2 or 3 spots.
It's something that you should be very proud of, and to know that you're doing what's right to your community, and to the city, and to your staff, and to your family.
Well, thank you.
You know, from your dad to your grandparents to your great-grandparents. I mean, this property is special.
All right, what's the move here? What are you gonna order? Champ bacon cheeseburger? Yep. Chili cheese dog? Might as well. Texas steak sandwich? If you're in the mood for the world famous chicken fried steak sandwich, that is the move. Remember I said Ryan has his own burger happening over at Riel? We're headed over there to check out the Butter Burger.
I think when we start talking about stylistically what burgers are, there's so many different styles.
I've been hanging out at Chamberg with my buddy Ryan. He's got his own must-try burger over here at Riel.
You have a burger at Riel, the Butter Burger. I don't even know the Butter Burger, where that came from, but I know is it old school? Is it new school?
It's a mix of some other things. Like there's a place in Winnipeg, it's almost like a chain restaurant called Salisbury House, where they have a little burger like that, where they have it's just like some sauteed onions and like American cheese, and that's it, and whatever else. So it's kind of a mix of that and a little bit of White Castle.
Yeah, because they're not very big.
Oh no, they're sliders.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, we tried to make them as a regular burger, and it just didn't work as good.
Hammers.
Yeah,
Little
we just
hammers.
pound them.
Ryan took us on a tour of the kitchen, showed us how to make this Butter Burger.
So here's our setup right here. We have these, they're 2-ounce patties. So this goes pretty quick. We got a little bit of oil on there. It tastes like almost like French onion soup, because that's kind of how we cook it. We make this French onion soup mix. We make our own. We put it into the patties, and then we cook the onions down like you cook onions in French onion soup. It's just that. We get our patties down. We'll push them down a bit to get that nice kind of sear on the side. And while we're doing that, we'll get a little butter here, put it down, and just get our buns going here. Put a little bit on top. Flip these guys over once we got a nice sear on them. After that, we're gonna get our just some American cheese, little slices here. Rip them in half, put them on. It melts the best, in my opinion, you know. And then just we'll get some of these caramelized onions. Put those guys on. Let it cook for a bit. We'll get our buns going here, nice and toasty. Get that right there. Let the cheese, you know, melt under the onions a little bit. And that's it. There's one. There's the other one, and we'll get some of we'll get some more butter here, some soft butter. We'll just pipe a little bit of butter on there.
Hold up, let's talk about this real quick. Is he piping whipped butter on top of it? Yes, he is. You did actually hear butter 3 different times and 3 different methods of preparation. All of those I 100% agree with.
There you go. Get some butter burgers.
The butter burger comes from Wisconsin, but Ryan brought them here to Houston. I appreciate that, my man.
Houston's burger culture has so much variety. It's always expanding. It's always opening up new things. There's always people trying to use their voice through the creativity of a burger. Here are a few others to try that I'm absolutely in love with. Head over to Gatlin's.
Yeah.
Good. So you got the smashy.
Yep.
You got the old school.
Yep.
I mean, that's dirty looking. That is amazing.
Go to Trill Burger in Cantina Barba. Think about Cantina Barba. It is a delicious burger, but you have to let it sit in its wrapping for about 10 minutes for it to kind of come together, to be one with itself. Get out, try some burgers, go to your neighborhood spots, enjoy the culture.
All right, so we've seen burgers from all over parts of the city. From the East End, right here on Washington Avenue. Get out and try all these things, whether it be Burger, Bodega, Trill Burgers, Champ Burgers, Gatlin's, Riel. Everybody's doing their takes on burgers. It's classic Americana. It's classic food of where we're at, right? Enjoy it. I'll see you next week on Eat Like a Local.
Wish there's a lineup at my restaurant. 5 to 5. Jeez, must be
know, right?
nice, man. I'm doing something
60
wrong.
years will do that to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a job. I want to be the chopped cheese guy that stand next to you all day.
This is a seasoning blend that a lot of bodegas use.
You're not going to tell me.
It's rough out there on the burger grill.